Welcome to the final part of Penny's Big Breakaway. This is one of my favorite levels.
I like the music already. Also,
I
slight update. I played this game for about 10 minutes, but I played it.
That doesn't count.
Oh, I'm sorry. Final Fantasy VII stole my life.
Well, now that you're done with it, you can play this, right?
Yeah!
Wee.
Has Resident Evil downloaded. What? Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, physics. Anyways, so this level is another lava level. You have these like hot, they're kind of like a pipe coolant system.
So it's just some hot metal, so you have to use the yo-yo to roll on it?
Yeah, you have to roll on it.
Okay. I don't want to cut you off too much. I did want to talk a little bit about the control of this game. It does take a while to get used to from what I tried. So to explain the controls I was using, I was going for the full right analog stick. So I was using bumper jumper and the left trigger and such for the rolling. And that is a lot to get used to because I'm not really used to playing platformers like that.
Yeah. The simplified controls do pretty much everything you need. It's just, for some reason, there's a bit of inconsistency with it, and I don't understand why.
That is something I do like, is I like having the precision of the right thumbstick. I think it feels very nice. And I've just been trying to experiment with some little things. I just keep dying to it, because of course I do.
But yeah.
I do like
that's
it.
That's how my first playthrough was. I was constantly dying all the time because I could not. Well, I was trying things. I was trying to be a cool guy doing cool things, and I just didn't have the dexterity for it yet. The simplified controls definitely speed ran that process, though. But this game kind of breaks tradition for platformers by having multiple lava levels. Wow, it's
multiple water levels too.
Yeah.
Unless you count Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah, I think most of the Sonic games, the classic ones at least, have a couple of water levels in them. They're just varying levels of how much water is in them, I guess.
I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, you can never get tired of a good old lava level.
Yeah, this one's really fun.
I gotta say, as far as I think level aesthetics go, this is probably like the most traditional level aesthetic I've seen this game used. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just kind of funny how it took until we got to the lava level to actually look a little more traditional, because every single level so far has had just a very interesting palette for colors.
Yeah. Well, even this one is like, it's a lava level, but it's also the court of law. So you got all these... Yeah. So... It's still, and there's like lava lamps everywhere, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's still, I still think it manages to.
But in terms of coloring, like the lava is orange as you would expect it.
Yeah.
It's not playing around with. It's not like purple or something like they do with a lot of the water.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, this we mentioned it before, but the music in this stage is just wow.
Is this the one you showed me at a earlier point, or is that a different level?
I showed you the final levels theme, which is coming up, but not quite. This one. Especially the boss, it leans really into the guitar melodies, and I am a big fan of that.
Yeah, of course. Everybody loves the guitar. Also, the camera got an object stuck in there for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was, but Yeah, now we get the, oh wait, did we already have the fat penguins? I don't remember. The fat penguins are worth 2 when they grab onto you, so...
Okay.
They're just really slow, and, yeah. But, yeah. Some reason I during this, like, my depth perception was actually getting a little more messed up, but,
Oh yeah, I will say that when I played it, I as I predicted, had a lot of problems with depth perception.
yeah, it's only a problem if you're watching Penny too much, rather than her shadow.
Well, no, what specifically would do it is if you were running left to right on a wall, and then suddenly had to go forward, because the wall hit a corner. There were a couple points where that would happen, and I would just go flying off towards the camera. It's hard to describe. I'm sure I'd get used to it over time. It was just something I wanted to address.
I struggled with that when I was doing the quote-unquote pro controls for this game, because I'm just not used to aiming the right analog stick as if it's an object in the game. I'm more used to aiming it like it's a camera. So when I point the stick in the direction that I want the yo-yo to go, I end up being slightly off a lot of the time, and that causes me to, veer in a completely different direction that I really didn't want to go. So, yeah, that's why I switched to the traditional controls, because the aiming of the yo-yo just happens alongside the movement of Penny. So if you want to yo-yo straight ahead of where you're already going, then just press the X button, and there you go. Which, definitely more traditional that way, but
yeah,
it was really fun.
Yeah, I just like the idea though of being able to go in one direction and being able to suddenly switch your direction with that. I think would be pretty useful for different things in platforming. So I figure, I'll just stay used to it. Might as well play the whole game with it.
It's also useful if you're just like, walking in a certain direction, but you want to interact with something that's in another direction. So it kind of optimizes like your downtime. You don't have to, stop and look at something to, yo-yo it like you do with the simple controls. You can just keep on the move and yo-yo the thing you want to yo-yo in whatever direction it is. So,
nope.
Well, shit. Got there a little slow.
It's a good thing you're still able to stay on top of the lava there despite being stopped.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember this. I end up dinking around trying to get on top of this thing. And
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's doing the thing where it's like being inconsistent about the dash, and then I go and fuck it up anyways.
But do you fuck it up more?
I don't know. Do I?
Alright, there we go. At least you got the one.
It's hard to mess up the one. I've definitely done it before, but it's hard to mess up the one.
I almost did because I forgot about it. I'm a big dum-dum. We all know I'm bad at games.
No. Yeah, even with all those bonuses, I didn't even get close to the score thing. You really, if you want to get the scores, which getting the high score for a level, well, not high score, but the max score necessary for each level will net you some concept art, which I don't really show off here because, oh god, I fucked up. There we go. Yeah, the wind there is supposed to carry you up, but I did a double jump, which stopped my speed. Oops. But yeah, you get concept art, which is really cool for getting high scores. But to get the high scores, you pretty much have to beat the whole level in a single combo. Not necessarily a single combo, but just get really high combos a lot. So I guess if there are trampolines all over the place, you could just cheat and get like 200 combos with these. but
This,
that's not fun.
This track is significantly more foreboding than any other track in the game.
But yeah, we're in like we're in the court of law and we're a felon, so
fuck the law.
It's ominous as fuck. Oh,
don't worry, Penny. By the end of this, you'll be singing the Clash while being lowered into lava.
Damn, this got dark.
Fuck the law, and oh god.
She would just lose some of her ice cream. That's fine.
I'm glad that the fire traps in this level are already significantly better than how they were in Superstars.
Yeah, oh my god, those fucking fire spouts pissed me off in the last stage of that game. Oh my god.
Oh, are those the fat penguins you were talking about, or are they different?
No, those are balloons. They just drop a whole bunch of penguins on you when you go under them. The fat penguins are the big
warfare, my favorite.
Ones. Yeah. Yeah, see, now we gotta pop the balloons. Which, it counts even if you just... See, these are the fat penguins. These pink ones on the sides there.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I noticed when I played this, I do see now how much closer of a gameplay style this is to classic Sonic in 3D.
Yeah.
I think it's one you understand better when you play it, but... I just wanted to make that comment.
Yeah,
how do you aim with that? How do you aim with those? Sorry to get sidetracked.
Up and down with the stick.
I couldn't figure it out.
Stick. It's just.
I would just wiggle it around a ton until it was where I wanted it, and then I would launch.
If you aim it, well, you can go in a circle with it. So if you aim it up, Penny will launch upward off of it. If you aim down, she'll launch straight down off of it. But if you go left or right, she'll launch left or right off of the pole. So, just swing the stick in a circle.
You failed again.
And I got the second tier at least.
Penny needs a smash. Someone just force herself onto the ground.
See, no, I disagree with that.
I'm not making a comparison here. I'm just thinking. I think that'd be fun for general moveset to be able to suddenly slam yourself down for different utilities.
See,
and you can easily implement it on their current control scheme, where you put it on say the left bumper, so that way you still have full control.
I understand the want for that, but it inherently can nullify some of the challenge that comes with having a momentum platformer moveset. You know, like imagine if in the classic Sonic games he just had the stomp from the boost games. You wouldn't have to deal with the momentum really at all when you're platforming. So I don't know. I think something closer to the SAT
kind of.
bounce.
You see, I get that in a classic
something.
Sonic game, but I think in a 3D game, it's a lot more useful, just because you have that extra dimension to deal with, and it makes precision a little harder. And I can already think of how it could be implemented, where she could do a twirl, or slam the yo-yo onto the ground and it pulls her with it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but if you want to just stop on a dime, let go of the stick and stop yo-yoing, because Penny just turns into Mario when you do that. Because that's what I wanted to say. The best way to really describe the movement in this game is when you're just walking around as Penny. You're basically a more traditional platforming character, sort of like Mario. But when you start yo-yoing and you start fucking rolling around, it's closer to Sonic in that way. So you're constantly switching between Sonic gameplay and Mario gameplay, if you want to look at it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good way to describe it, but I think Mario could use a stomp as well.
Well, Mario does have a butt pound.
Exactly, and it works for him, so Penny should have it too. Case closed. I win. Boss theme good. Moving on while I have my victory. Yeah. I like the boss theme.
This is the kind of guitar you hear in like the Dragon Ball Z video games.
The only one I played is Fighters, and that is not this kind of guitar.
You haven't played like Budokai, Raging Blast?
Nope.
Oh.
I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball games.
We can't be friends now. I'm just kidding. That would be.
Is there one on PS3 or PS1? I'll get that.
Dude, the Dragon Ball games are on frickin' everything.
I got Legacy of Goku on Game Boy.
I played a lot of... It's not the best game, but I really like it just because I played it when it came out, I guess. But Battle of Z I find really fun. Though I think it's basically just a beta Xenoverse.
No.
It's kind of how it feels like. It's like Xenoverse, but you can't really... I haven't played Xenoverse.
Okay, never mind then. Damn, that poor Judge.
Oh yeah, this is a bug where his like fall over sound keeps replaying. They've since patched it out. I should say we did start the playthrough before any of the patches came out, but yes, this is the first.
That's because you recorded this within 3 days of release.
Yeah, I beat the game, and then I immediately started the recording save file.
Damn, so. I wish I had that dexterity.
Well, you know, if I had waited for the third playthrough, we probably would already be done by now with how good I've gotten at the game. But yeah, I wasn't going for a speed run on this or anything. I was definitely trying to do completion, but I failed, so whatever.
You ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I've heard of it, and I think I might have seen something about it, but I don't remember anything about it.
If anybody out there knows those aliens that have really terrible eyesight and destroy Earth, I imagine they have this. This guy has their voice, and that's all I wanted to say, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. This guy's now like, oh, I see now that your yo-yo acts on its own. So maybe we can make a deal here. I'll take you out of the book of law, but you have to let me murder your yo-yo friend.
He's kind of an asshole. I'm okay with it.
No, not yo-yo.
Damn, he's carrying the sentence out himself. Oh my
goodness.
Yeah,
he is the law.
The judge isn't supposed to be the executioner, damn.
No, even earlier, he was talking to the Emperor, being like, "It's the law, sir, even for you."
This guy is Judge Judy and executioner.
Yeah. He's the ultimate true villain of this game. Because, well, I mean...
Well, he's not the one who first created he's not the one who first wanted her dead. So... He's a villain. Yeah. I want to kind of say it's the
truth. I mean, he was the one that initially said, "A crime has been committed. You're a felon." And then the Emperor was like, "Get her!"
Oh shit, crime? Not bad. We don't kill her.
Anyways, now we're in Vanilla Town Act 2, pretty much. Because they've all decorated it, and we get like a remix of the song from that level as like a party version.
This is fire.
Yeah, I love this shit. Look, they even got the Knights rings.
Oh god, these are Sonic fans. The only people who played Knights were Sonic fans, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sure there was at least one child who got a Sega Saturn as his first console and Knights with it. So.
And that young child never played another Sega console.
Yep, he's never touched Sonic. So
you see, there were so little games he could even play that he lost interest in games and never upgraded consoles to anything else.
Nah,
and that kid was the luckiest of all.
Once Journey of Dreams came out, he became jaded because he was like, "Oh, my childhood game, it's finally getting represented again," and then it's a bad game, so he becomes jaded and never touches video games again until Balan Wonderworld.
Hey, at least he didn't start gaming with Drakengard. I found somebody who did that. Apparently, that was like one of the first games they played, and they didn't know Nier Automata was a sequel to it. And it was just this game no one ever talked about that they loved, and was like, well, damn. At least someone powered through Drakengard.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine myself being interested in that game even as a kid. I'd get so bored. I get so bored so easily when I play games.
That's
especially
why
when
it was only
kid.
2 parts.
Yeah, and that's why I'm a Sonic fan, because Sonic games are short, and they make my brain go burr, because fast go speed, woo.
I like the little electrical outlets you have to break. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, those were introduced in
Ooh, there's spotlights
Industria.
in the background there. Kind of reminds me of the background for Casino Park.
Yeah, the whole city is getting ready because it's Gala night. Ooh. It's time for a party.
Oh, the party.
And, you know, the whole initiating event of this game was quite literally Penny auditioning to be the main act of the Gala show, so...
My yo-yo's gonna be fire!
Yeah.
Then she picks up the new yo-yo, and it was literally fire.
But, the story and world of this game, I like it a lot, but it's kind of partially the reason why I'm like, maybe I don't want Penny 2, because I don't really see much else they could do with this world, really. Maybe I'm just kind of blind to it.
No, not every game needs a sequel. I'd like to see something original.
Yeah. I would like to see a game with this momentum, gameplay focus like this has in 3D, obviously.
Well, they should go the route of like From Software.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I'd love to see a game like this, but with a more, not necessarily serious tone, but like a more mystical, adventurous type vibe, which this doesn't really have. This is just like wacky cartoon fun, which, you know, I'm all down for as well. But I'd like something with a little more meat on its bones for the world.
Yeah.
For the future.
I want a multimedia project tie-in. I want books. I want I want drama CDs and shit. Give it all to me.
Now the next game we'll get from Evening Star is just gonna be called The Penny, like the Batman, and it'll be like the edgy reboot.
Fuck, I'd be down.
I mean, I'd be down for literally anything that Evening Star makes. So.
We'll have to see what they do next. I don't know if after this game they'll be expanding the studio. I don't know how the numbers have been though on this, if it's successful or not.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it's really hard to tell that unless you actually get just direct numbers and hey, this was successful. We can do more.
I'd like to think that they at least made a profit.
Yeah.
It's probably not a huge profit because this was a long process. They made a whole new engine for this.
They even managed this without a Kickstarter, so
yeah,
because like that's what Yacht Club was able to get away with, except that they had so much extra stuff to do that any profits they did make had to go into that, so they just kind of screwed themselves into existence and being like, okay, we gotta do another game and another Kickstarter.
Yeah, well they also for Evening Star, they also didn't do this alone. They partnered with Private Division, who probably gave them money.
Oh yeah, they got 2K as a publisher, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised they didn't want to do more with it.
How you mean?
A lot of publishers will, you know, have requests being like, hey, let's do more with this, the DLC and such. And other financially successful types things.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't see this type of game doing something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how 2K is as a company. Like, the only thing I can name off the top of my head that they published is this and Borderlands, so...
Yeah. Though, that to be fair, we also don't know if there are plans for, like, an expansion to this. I'd be down for that. Like, Penny's Big Breakaway Plus type thing.
Yeah.
Just so I can get my physical version.
I would hope they try more with extra levels. I don't know why it seems like a lot of platformers are hellbent on not doing extra levels. But I think that's like the most perfect thing you can do for DLC for platformers.
Yeah. More levels.
Like, Hat in Time, I know, was pretty successful with it.
Yeah.
So I think both its 2 DLC are really good.
More levels is like a gold mine for any good platformer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
But hey, with the small length of this game, they may not need it, because I think this game will do fine even without DLC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we'll just have to see what they do in the future.
I know we compare this to Sonic probably more than we should, but I just want to say, compare this to like the $40 Sonic Forces. This is just infinitely better in terms of the content you're getting.
I don't know, man. That avatar customization, when you get really into it, I don't know, man. I think they hit gold there. I think it's worth that extra I think it's worth that extra $30 for the $10 game you're really buying.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Because like,
yes, I bought the game for $10. Why do you ask?
But like, that game was, like I said, $40 at launch, and it was 3 hours when you include. It was 3 hours on a first playthrough, and including all the like cutscenes, because you're probably watching those on the first time. Well, other than you, because you didn't do that.
What's there to watch?
Well, you don't. It doesn't matter for you because you didn't see the game and you didn't play the, or you've seen the game online and you didn't play it at launch. So who cares at this point? I played it at launch.
When I played that game, the way I saw it is I'd already played Lost World, and Colors, and I'd seen what these writers are capable of.
I mean, that's fair, but I'm the actual real Sonic fan here, so I had to watch the story because lore.
Yeah, Mr. Real Sonic fan. Shit. How was it watching all of Sonic Prime?
Sonic Prime is.
I'm still here on season 1, baby.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh shit! You got it.
I think Sonic is Prime up. Sonic Prime is fine up until they decided, let's say that this is canon, so the Sonic fans actually try and watch it. Because as its own little cartoon, I think it's just fine. It's a little boring, but I think it's just fine.
We can talk about that later, but I do have some questions about what happened with Sonic Prime. But we'll save that for after this recording. Because I want to talk about Penny.
Yeah, well, we just beat the penultimate stage. Now we're going on to the last.
Was there only 2 acts for that level?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the levels are really short and only have 2 acts.
That's like a perfect way to do DLC. Not even wholly original levels, like something like what they did with Mania Plus, and do palette swaps, but in new gimmicks. But similar layouts and such. I mean, there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah. Anyways, probably my favorite level in the entire game, and my absolute favorite music track.
This is fire.
Oh, it's so good. Also, get that combo, Penny. I did just come. And I'll keep coming, as long as Penny's on this trampoline.
Whoa.
We're
gonna be here a bit.
No, it's almost over.
Oh!
Yeah! This level, this is like the biggest stage in the game because
Was
it
that
has
supposed
the
to be
max...
like a trombone there?
Yeah, it's some kind of wind instrument.
That was funny.
But,
I like that.
Yeah, it's like the chemical plant tubes. But it makes a funny sound. But yeah, this is by far I think the longest level in the game because it has the maximum. I say maximum, but just none of the levels go any higher than like 4 acts and a boss. So it has that, and each act is just super long. Even when you're speedrunning.
Okay, I've noticed this with every single Sonic clone or Sonic-inspired game. And I'm sorry to bring this up again, but for some reason, all of them have super long last levels. You ever notice that?
Eggman Land.
Okay, but like, let's talk about Sonic 3, where the longest zone is fucking Marble Garden. And not Death Egg.
I mean, Death Egg was pretty long on my first playthrough, so I don't know.
Shut up. I never had problems timing out on Death Egg. I did on Marble Garden.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. You can't time out, so...
That's not what I'm talking about, shut up.
It's a win-win.
You
get the long,
like, you got this, Spark the Electric gesture is really egregious about it. I've heard things about Freedom Planet's final level being long. Though the levels of Freedom Planet in general were pretty long. That was the little I played.
Freedom Planet in general just has long fucking levels. And I'm fine
gotta
with
go
that.
Through that game again.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because it's, it's trying to do its own thing. But man, some of those levels just kept going, and it felt like they kind of feel like gauntlets at sometimes because especially the later levels, you're like taking hits left and right, and the level just keeps going, and you're like, I haven't found health in 3 minutes.
Level designers, please keep length in mind. Everyone complains about Sonic Heroes for a reason.
I was saying this is the longest level in the game, but I think it's a good thing for this game because these levels
it feels like a gauntlet, right?
It feels like a gauntlet. The levels are still very satisfying and fun to play. I never get bored of this stage, and when you speedrun it, it's like as long as an Unleashed stage, so like 4 or 5 minutes. It's it's not that bad. So
well,
it's not.
That's
it's
the
not
problem
like,
with Spark and Freedom Planet is they
have levels
stage.
that go on for like 30
Those are Werehog
minutes.
stages.
Yeah, they have stages that go on for like 20 plus minutes, and that's ridiculous.
Oh my
for
goodness.
this kind of game.
I never played the final level of Spark 2, and I haven't played Spark 3 yet. But like Spark 1's final level, it is gorgeous, but dang, it goes on for so long. I gotta play Spark 1 again. I loved it.
Yeah, Spark 1 I've actually not fully played through yet.
Let's play time?
Yeah, or a commentary. I think that game deserves a commentary.
I think we're going to run into the same issue of Gravity Circuit, where the levels are too long. I think a general Let's Play would be good, because I do want to cover the game. Because I like Spark a lot.
Maybe. We'll see. But even like Spark 2 and 3 have really long fucking levels.
Like Pepper, what are you doing?
But for those games, the gameplay is so incredibly satisfying, for me at least, that I never feel the length. I'm just like in the zone playing that. So
yeah, I gotta finish up Spark 2 and give Spark 3 a try and see if it fixes my problems with Spark 2. Because Spark 2 has the issues I have with Spark 1, but just worse because it's 3D. Because it is effectively Spark 1 but 3D.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see how Spark 3 is.
I think Spark 3 is a fair bit better than 2. It definitely polishes things up a lot. There's more variety there.
Does it finally fix combat?
I mean, I think you can play the combat pretty much the same way you did in the first game, but there's
the problem with the combat in all the game, the 2 games I played, was just, why am I doing it outside of bosses?
Oh, well, I mean, I could say the same thing about that in, like, Frontiers. But, you know, even Spark 2 has more depth to its combat than Frontiers does, so...
Kind of. Maybe I just didn't play it enough, so I won't fully say that.
But
I like...
You can do, like, there's a heavy and a light button, and there are, like, combos you can do with that. Which Frontiers just lacks. It's just the basic punch, and then you have special moves that are just there, and they all basically do the same thing, just damage. There's no utility to any of them, so...
I suppose. I just wanted to say I like how all the portraits have stuff in it. It's a fun detail.
Yeah, there's some... Yeah,
kind of reminds me of, like, Hang Castle. I love destroying walls in that level.
Mm-hmm.
This is all these little goodies.
Look at these slopes.
Look, Asuka, look what we did!
That way, you know, we altered the Sonic physics for this entry, Sonic 4, so we could do more interesting things with it, like ceiling running.
God, I hope that was a mistranslation. I have no idea to this day, but, like... it can't be real.
I don't think Azuka's played the classic Sonic games. Or if he did, he didn't play them well.
I don't know. There's so much from that era of Sonic that feels like a fucking fever dream. It makes me really glad I wasn't on the internet.
you gotta think about it, too. A lot of Japanese developers just kind of do stuff because it's their job. Like, they don't necessarily... Like, they're not necessarily passionate about video games or want to play video games. They just make video games. So it's very possible that Azuka is one of those, and he just doesn't actually play the games that much, which is fair.
It depends on the person, because, like, Marty O'Donnell, the composer for Halo, barely ever plays games from what I can tell, and used to make music for, like, TV shows and such, and commercials and jingles, before just randomly working with Bungie on some stuff, and then Halo.
Yeah.
So, I think it can depend on the person, but, like, then you get people like Hideo Kojima, or, Hidetaka Miyazaki, who very clearly wouldn't actually push the medium of gaming, or, Yoko Taro, even.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a trap. So it just depends on the person.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because I'm biased, quote unquote, against Sonic or something, but it does kind of just feel like a lot of the devs, currently at least for Sonic, don't have necessarily a lot of passion for the series itself. They just kind of want to make games, and they just happen to be in charge of Sonic, so they just do whatever they want with the Sonic name and whatever. So
yeah,
that's just
it hasn't
how I see it.
Yeah, it hasn't really felt like they've wanted to advance things since Gens. And even Gens was still mainly a refinement for what it was.
I mean, I will argue Frontiers definitely wanted to advance, but they didn't know... They, A, didn't know how to advance the series, and B... Well, okay, forget the A and Bs. They didn't know how to advance the series, so they just kind of threw shit at the wall and hope it stuck. And Kishimoto himself literally even admitted that. He was like, we just kind of were throwing ideas at the wall, and we were hoping the game would turn out, like, well and well received. So, yeah. They openly admit that Frontiers is just a massive test bed to figure something out for the series, which, you know, I respect the idea, but man,
yeah,
they really gambled with Frontiers.
Slightly back to the game, just a random thought I had. Imagine how fucked up this game would look if you just replaced all of the foliage and trees with realistic foliage.
It'd look like a Sonic game. Wait a minute.
I don't know why, I just thought of that. I'm like, those trees look pretty fake. What if it looked real? It'd probably be bad. Like, they just took all the foliage from Halo 3 or something. I just put it here. That'd be hilarious. Modders, get on that. I want to see that.
Well, like, keep the combo going.
You do programming. You can mod, right?
Yes, it's all the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Now go make me a new TV remote.
I can't actually make remotes. I know.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'd learned that from the college we went to. So.
Are your commissions open?
Oh no, I'm not actually going to do it. I just know how to do it.
All right, guys, we're opening up a Patreon. No. Anyone who supports us at the highest tier of 1 million will get a free remote programmed by Jelly Lord himself.
It will be 3D printed, and it will only make one sound, and it'll be me moaning. Alright, so that challenge there, I want to talk about, because it's usually pretty tight the way I used to do it, but there's a mechanic as part of it that's only in that little dilemma challenge there. And there's these elastic ropes on the side of the level that bounce you back and forth. So if you just keep rolling, you'll deflect your momentum back and forth all over the place. You know.
Yeah, I wonder if this game should have a mission structure style like Gens, where you can load into specific levels but have a specific mission up that changes things, so that way you can know beforehand, hey, this is what's going to be different. I think would be pretty neat. But I also get that they want to have everything within a level so you can do it all in like a free flow challenge, which I get that too. I think there's merits to both.
Yeah, I don't feel like this game really needs that. I think the dilemmas and the
No, it doesn't need it for sure, but like I just think it could be a fun addition.
Yeah. I just think the dilemmas and stuff are very naturally woven into the level design.
Yeah.
And you can use some of the level design for those dilemmas to take like shortcuts and stuff if you're really good. So I think the way they have it here is really
I think
good.
It's also fun for when you have a character with a well-defined moveset for levels, where you can suddenly have little mini levels that just fuck with that and change things up. Like Quake does this too, where a lot of the secret missions will be different. Like there's just a random secret mission that turns the gravity very low, so you have to super jump everywhere. And it changes things up a lot, but you only have it for that one mission, you
know? I will say...
Like, maybe you get someone following you who can shoot you forward or something.
It's not exactly what you're talking about, but this game does have levels that I'm not showing off. They're, like, extra... They're called the Star Globes. You unlock them by purchasing them with the 3 big coins you collect per stage. So if you collect all the coins in the game, you'll be able to unlock all the levels. And there's like a solid 15 of them, and they are pretty much mini platforming challenges. They're really hard.
Yeah.
But I think those are a pretty good bonus.
Yeah.
Anyways,
no, cool.
This is the last act of the game. So I decided I would attempt a speedrun of it, and I'm fucking up already. Yeah. I'm way better at
It's already
this
appropriately grand for a final level. I like the carpets everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Night Palace from Secret Rings, with kind of that grand feel to it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a nice touch. I'm trying to not compare it to Sonic, but...
Yeah, I mean, I compare this like I was talking about earlier. This is pretty much the game's Eggman Land, if we want to call it that, because this is the longest level. There's an achievement in here for beating it in under 4 minutes.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I do it right here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get to see the Steam achievement pop up?
No, I think I had already gotten it on my main save file at this point.
Oh.
Unfortunately, but
I want my immersion to be broken.
Well, one of them we did get an achievement earlier in one of the parts.
I love watching a character die, and then an achievement pop up for watching their death.
That's something I think this game could have used more of. More death animations like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
They have the one where you die from like touching lava or getting hit by an enemy or something. And then they have the one where you get caught by the penguins, and that's it.
Oof.
So,
I think every game should have at least one animation if it has lava in it to reference T2.
What? T2.
Terminator 2.
Oh. Okay.
Give the thumbs up while sinking.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if you want some variation, also Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
You know, I think Gex probably does that.
Never played Gex, so I don't know.
Neither have I. It's on the list. I want to play it. But they announced remakes for it, so I kind of maybe want to wait for those, but at the same time I don't.
And while we're talking about a certain amount of games here, also, Legacy of Kain.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Okay, so this challenge is pretty cool. You get a whole big ass fucking half pipe. Oh, Penny, why'd you stop rolling?
Immersion broken.
You can cheat the you can kind of cheat the combo system here too if you're good at just rolling, like half pipe rolling, like in classic Sonic. But this time, instead of letting Penny launch up, you kind of have to redirect her momentum back down by steering her.
Yeah. Can't just hold down.
Yeah. It's 3D!
The third dimension! Ugh. It's a tricky bitch.
I think this is effectively the end of the level. Yeah, you have this little thing with the...
I like the top here.
Yeah. I
The
think
camera
there's probably a
angle's
way...
nice. I like this.
There's probably a way you can skip this big long thing, but I just haven't found it yet.
Yeah, like I said before, I get a lot of Night Palace vibes from this. Because, like, there's even fucking magic carpets for you. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's great. And then it gives you a free busker bonus. So
That's pretty cool.
just a last little celebratory automated section. And now we're going to be moving on to the finale of the game already.
Now here's an important question. How do I credit skip within 5 minutes of the game starting?
Well, you would have to ask someone probably 10 years in the future.
No, here's what you do is first you put in Crash Bandicoot. Alright? You play to level 3. Then you open up your PlayStation, you take the disc out and put this disc in. And while you try to load it, it'll just swap to the credits.
I don't think that would work. You could try it.
No, there are straight up speedruns that do that, but not for this game, obviously. This is why systems don't let you open and take out a disc while the game's running.
There was a glitch in this version of the game that we're playing here. Because I don't think Penny had a speed cap before. And people just kept finding these round objects that you can just roll around, like the big circular things in Classic Sonic. And you can just gain infinite speed on those. Yep. But you can just gain infinite speed on those. Or you could before they patched it. And you'd have to use like pause buffering so you could time a jump so you could perfectly jump to the end of a level. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of miffed that they patched that out.
He looks like Elvis.
Yeah, it's for the Gala. Ooh.
You better stay off the toilet, buddy.
Well, don't worry. He gets dressed for the fight here soon. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Just like that. I fucking love this. This song is. I think we talked about it before, but it's Mono e Yo-Yo. You know, like Mono e Mono. I love this fucking song, and now he's a sumo wrestler.
I wasn't expecting you to just knock him off the platform.
Yeah. But now he's more aggressive.
Alright, Bane, you're going down.
So good. Yeah, you can tell which one's gonna be the bomb if you look at the size of the circular shadow. The smaller one's the bomb.
Oh, so it's kind of like how you can watch for the red missiles in Superstars.
Yeah. And,
I'm a pretty girl.
Your power-ups are, infinite during the final boss, so... And he's now suddenly an anime protagonist.
Plenty of cartoons do this. I feel like I already asked this, but in the combo where you have to rotate the stick fully, can you start that anywhere on the thumbstick, or do you have to do it where it starts?
I think so. I instinctually do it where it starts, though. But I think you can just rotate the stick in that direction. You just have to do a full rotation.
Gotcha.
Oh no, he's regretting his selfishness. Please, someone help up that elderly man.
No.
His fucking eyes are fucking horrible.
The thighs are back.
I like her theme.
Yeah, it's nice. More games out there need character themes.
Yes. Absolutely. And now, the real show begins! With the power of the cosmic string, we've achieved Sega Saturn!
Look, it's 3D! It's a wireframe!
Whee!
That means in about 20 years, this game is going to cost $300.
Yes.
I joke about that, but the other day I saw a copy of Mega Man X2. It was $230.
Oh, God.
Right,
you want to talk about...
One was $200. I wanted to kill myself.
Whee! You want to talk about depth perception, though? I can't fucking tell.
Yeah, this is really bad.
This part.
It kind of helps that it's a long line.
Yeah. But then, like, you get this part where the camera shifts.
Oh.
And I
don't like this.
I glitched off the fucking platform so many times during that loop there. I think they probably patched it by now, but man, it frustrated me.
I don't think I've ever gotten motion sick before in a game, but I think that gave me motion sickness.
It's just a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, but the camera was jittering a ton while you're on it.
I think that was because I was about to clip off the platform again. But I managed to save it.
Ice cream!
Why is he still trying to kill me?
I like his crown. So what are you supposed to do here? Oh, you're just blind to him.
You just avoid the shit.
Okay, this looks very hard to do.
Yeah. It's very challenging, but they give you a full health bar before you get the whirl.
Like I said,
cake.
please do more shadow work with your next game.
There's drop shadows.
Shut up. That doesn't help when you're midair like that.
Okay, what are you gonna do with shadows in midair then? Tell me that one.
When it's farther away, it's darker. When it's closer, it's lighter.
That's not a shadow. Anyway, Sonic 2 ending for some reason.
Da 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 da.
Da 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 da.
I like this music that's playing though.
Yes. But this is the only time the game does a cutscene like that, so it's clearly a reference to Sonic 2. It must be. Whee!
I do love my Sonic 2 ending.
Yeah. They're now a trio!
Well, if they do another game, they definitely need to make all 3 playable.
Dude, playing as Eddie would be fucking hilarious.
Just give him the full King Knight treatment, make him a goofball.
Yeah, he'd be a goofball. He'd be like, you'd go to roll down a hill, but he'd just like tumble down it.
You can hot swap his
speed.
You can like hot swap between his different forms.
Yes, bathroom form.
And then, what's her name? Shit,
Taboo.
I just read it. Taboo, yeah. She'll just have 2B's moveset from Nier Automata. It'll just be Nier Automata.
Yes. Well, that was Penny's Big Breakaway, everybody.
Good game.
Enjoy this JoJo ass credit sequence.
I wouldn't call this a JoJo credit sequence.
It was just the first part of it with the way Penny looked and how the effects were animating around her. JoJo
Lead
Part 2
engine architect. That's one way to list it.
Hey, Christian Whitehead also did some music for this game, which was surprising because I didn't know he did do music.
Johnny Atma, you did good guitars.
Yes.
Bulk.
This is a big special thanks. Tyson Hess.
Did Tyson Hess work on this?
He's in the special thanks. Takashi Iizuka. He's thanking the entire Sonic Mania team. Jun Sonoi.
Oh my gosh, it is there. What?
Yeah.
Damn.
I wasn't just making it up. They were all there.
Maybe he did a little bit of guitar too. I don't know. Maybe they
were
people
just
they like sent demos to. I don't know.
It was just the special.
They put their
thanks.
fucking pets in here.
Yeah, of course. Dude, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric had like development babies in the credits. All right.
You know what's funny though is it has all of these extra names in it, and the credits are still shorter than any Sonic game in existence.
Yes. Oh my god. They did the whole Evening Star team, and they're doing basically the entirety of Private Division.
Hey, they did a lot of important work here.
You know what? I'm fine with them having these people in the credits, but Jesus Christ, don't make it 30 minutes long, Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Well, would you rather have that or Metroid Dread, where they cut everybody out?
Okay, I'd rather have the longer credits than everyone get cut out. But there's a way to do both.
I like all the background animations, they're fun.
Yeah.
A little weird that they're still 3D models, but silhouetted, but sprite work would be expensive.
Yeah, why would they make sprite work just for this?
They did for Blaze.
That's Sonic Team.
No, that's Dimps, you silly dumbass.
Sonic Team carried the bulk of that development, though. Now that we know that, because like I used to just think, oh, it's a Dimps game. Dimps made it, but no, it's just Sonic Team. But
dude, the head of Sonic Team was the literal director of that game at that time.
Yeah,
because he was the head for like the 4 years until Iizuka took over.
Yeah. But yeah, there's this game. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is probably my new favorite 3D platformer. Possibly my new favorite game, just ever. I haven't stopped playing it since it came out. It's the first 3D classic Sonic game. Who'da thunk? But no, it's really fucking good. It stands on its own merits away from Sonic. I know we talked a lot about Sonic this playthrough, but that was more so me trying to put it in terms so Crazy Armor here could understand better because he hadn't played it yet. But even so, I think this game is just an incredible 3D platformer. So much fun. It shows that you don't need a big, sprawling world to make something good these days. You know, you can make something it knows what it wants to do, and it's very tightly designed around that. And yeah,
well, it proves you can make well-designed levels that feel expansive, but not have to make everything a unique asset.
yeah. Like I think the like 3D world pretty much style of level design is a very efficient way to make a whole bunch of fun levels, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I really I fucking love this game, and I guess the last thing I can say about it is I seriously cannot wait for more from Evening Star if they get the opportunity to do so, because they've had two of my favorite games ever release. So
yeah,
it's pretty safe to say that in the future they will do even more of that.
yeah. I will say, as a Sonic fan, I think it still sucks that they split from Sonic Team. But at the same time, if this is the quality they put out in their first solo project, I don't think there's anything to worry about. And
yeah.
and with the continuing and with the relationship they have with Arzest for 2D games, and then their hopefully renewed vows to make good Sonic games again, I think they'll be in good hands too. And I think we're in a very nice spot to have so many games out in this style, because we also got Spark Games, we got Freedom Planet, Roland Rascal.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot, but like, we're in a great time for a lot of this stuff. It's weird that it took this long for the indie scene to fully explore a lot of explore this genre. But I think with this game, we finally hit that true first 3D game that was inspired by Sonic.
Yeah. And yeah, I completely agree.
Oh
with
wait,
that,
Spark 2. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Well, yeah, Spark 2, I would say, definitely gears more toward adventure Sonic than classic Sonic.
It's like this game gets a different flavor.
Yeah, this game, Penny definitely hits way more of the classic Sonic vibes to me, like dead on, versus Sonic Adventure, which is, you know, it's still distinctly Sonic gameplay, but it's very different Sonic gameplay than classic Sonic is. So I think this game pretty much nails the feeling of like classic Sonic momentum and slope physics.
I'm just glad we're finally moving away from every Sonic inspired game being a Sonic fan game. So we can actually get a whole lot of original new ideas. But like way back when indie games were really kicking off and everyone was doing Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's exciting to see, because like we even got Noah Copeland now announcing a new studio and a new solo project. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and on Evening Star, I do personally really want them to just continue doing their own thing at this point. But if they ever did collab with Sonic Team again on a new Sonic game, I would kind of want it to just be like an actual 3D classic Sonic game, sort of based on this, but obviously altered to the point where it feels even closer to a Sonic game, you know? Like I think that kind of thing would be awesome. But like I said, I'd rather them just stick to making their own games, than them just being caught in a cycle of Sonic game, their own game, Sonic game, their own game. But I don't know. That's just me being a diehard Sonic fan and really wanting badass good Sonic games to come out.
Yeah.
So I just know that since I've played this, because for the longest time I was like, nobody's ever fucking nailed classic Sonic in 3D. But then this game comes out and they nail classic Sonic in 3D pretty much, and I'm like, well, damn it, now I want that for Sonic actually. But you know, I can't allow myself to have that expectation, especially when, our Zest exists and will probably be the classic Sonic team going forward, unless they're very unsatisfied with Superstars sales, which it kind of seems like they are a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I always give it the same expectation I had in the 2000s growing up with Sonic, where I expect just constant new things. Always changing styles and such, because that's just what Sonic does.
Yeah.
Never consistent.
Mm-hmm. Even then, though, for classic Sonic, they haven't really evolved classic Sonic at all, other than the Sonic Advance games, I would say. But and I don't foresee them doing that in the future. I foresee them pretty much playing it using classic Sonic as the play it safe kind of Sonic game.
Yeah,
which
I'm waiting for more things to try, like Sonic Advance 3, with how much that changes the formula. And I'm really surprised no indie developers have tried that yet. So I think that adds a lot to the table. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And please go buy this game if you haven't yet, audience, because it is really fucking good. It has the Crazy Jelly seal of approval.
I'll sign that seal. I barely played it, but I'll sign it.
Yeah, so please go play it and talk about it online, because this game kind of needs that a little bit. So
yeah, now we should probably talk more about Metroid.
Yeah, you know what? And that means we'll be going back to our regularly scheduled programming next week with Metroid Prime Remastered.
Till the next surprise drop.
Yeah, there might be something. Who knows? We keep getting shit that comes out, and we're like, oh, we got to play this. So, the indie scene has just been popping off. That's all I can say. But we'll see you guys this Friday for another part of Nier, and then we'll catch you later for some more Metroid. So, see you around.
Bye.